Who's the most dangerous fighter in UFC now? Who's the one?
Well, Jon Jones is still one of the, you know, he's the best ever, the best of all time.
See, I think pound for pound, and we won't ever find out. I think Tom Aspinall is the best. I think Tom,
well, who knows?
I think Tom beats him.
Who knows if Jon
knows?
beats him? Jon might beat him up.
Yeah, he could.
Jon might take him down and fucking ragdoll him on the ground, like, you know.
Jon easily could, because we don't know how good Jon is either.
And we also don't know what happens to Tom Aspinall in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round.
Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Do you think it's going to happen?
Yeah, I'm really interested about this fight.
Yeah, for sure I want to see it happen because it's make our division move fast to the belt.
Of course. One thing Jon Jones is petty. His pride is not going to allow himself to retire with that Tom Aspinall.
Francis Ngannou's departure created a power vacuum in the UFC heavyweight division. While Jon Jones currently holds the title, doubts linger about the legitimacy of his reign, as he has yet to face the division's top contenders. Now, Tom Aspinall emerges as a serious threat to Jones's legacy. Despite the uncertainty, UFC President Dana White remains fully confident in Jones's status as the rightful champion.
Jon Jones and Mike Tyson are two of the nastiest human beings ever.
I interviewed Tom Aspinall in London.
Another one.
He wants to fight Jon Jones.
He wants to fight everybody, man.
He thinks he'll beat Jon Jones.
Yes, he does. I love it. I love that. And a young, aggressive, talented heavyweight that he actually wants to fight all the best.
Dana White has shared a major update on the highly anticipated clash between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones, emphasizing just how career-defining a win over Jones could be for the rising heavyweight star. He praised Aspinall's remarkable self-confidence, describing it as almost chilling in its calmness. According to White, that kind of unshakable belief is exactly what it takes for a fighter to rise to the level of the all-time greats.
If he can win, he can beat Jon Jones, it's life-changing.
He's got an amazing self-confidence. I mean, he just exudes calm, almost chilling self-confidence.
If you're a fighter, you better have that.
Yeah.
That's what you'd have to have. If you want to be one of the all-time greats, that's exactly what you have to have.
Jon Jones initially saw no real benefit in fighting Tom Aspinall, but acknowledged that from a fan's perspective, it could be an exciting challenge since Aspinall is younger and significantly bigger than him.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this Jon's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative. Manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight the, I'm gonna call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect.
I bet if he's weighing 215, he would fight Tom Aspinall better than him weighing 245 pounds. In his 205 frame, he could fight Tom Aspinall better than he'd fight him at that 250 because that's not his weight class. While he didn't last long with Cyril, he didn't look as fast. He carried more weight. Cyril just did some weird stuff. And Jon, you don't make mistakes against you.
Real Jon Jones. So many times we have told Jon Jones, be yourself. Don't pretend to be a nice guy. He's always thought that's an insult. Like, well, if I'm pretending to be a nice guy, then you must say that I'm not. No, Jon Jones is a competitor. And you look at his eyes right here. In the eyes is what's telling the story. Muhammad Ali had a very famous quote. He said, if you ever dream of beating me, wake up and apologize. Jon Jones cannot believe that Tom Aspinall thinks he can beat him. He cannot believe that he's standing next to him and saying things to the media. Jon Jones is still hungry, and he's a true competitor. And that look in his eye, Daniel, that's the real Jon. Look in his eye, Daniel, that's the real Jon Jones.
Evil, too. He kind of evil a little bit.
He's a tough guy, man.
He really is the final boss. He's a tough dude. He hates when people stand up to him. It didn't raise my excitement level to this point. It almost felt like he no-sold him. When Tom put his hand on me, kind of like, he kind of no-sold him a little bit. Give him a little bit, Jon. Build the anticipation. You know how to do it.
If he fights Tom, that's his last fight no matter what. I think he's going to make an absolute shit ton of money.
There's reports he's asking for upwards of $30 million. Do you think Dana can pull out the cash with that?
Give it to him.
Do you think Jon Jones being in the division has held up the division?
He deserves this. He's a big star. What we can do? Just improve ourselves in fights, doing best social media, maybe going to jail like I'm him, or I don't know what, to be so famous like Jon Jones.
How are you? Good, man. I would hope so. I would hope so. All the best. All the best. Sure. Yeah. Let's get it.
Oh, god damn. It's like everyone, it's like you risk going down as the, no matter what, you don't have to fight again. Greatest of all time, people will say that. You're the greatest of all time. Greatest of all, Jon Jones. Or you risk it, go fight Tom Aspinall, possibly lose, and then it's like, he was the greatest. Then they're saying, yeah, but he wasn't in his prime, so you're still the greatest of all time. But are you? Like, what do you do? Just completely avoid that fight?
I think Jon Jones looks at every human, and I could fuck them up.
If that was the case, you don't think he would be saying after Stipe, I'm gonna fucking destroy Tom?
Yeah, maybe he gets older and he's got all this weight on him now, and who knows, some injuries could. Maybe not though.
Dude, I bet he looks at Tom. Maybe not though. It's just tough to say, man.
Definitely
maybe not.
possible.
Definitely possible. Maybe not.
Jon Jones that you saw will not be the Jon Jones that fights Tom Aspinall. Teddy Atlas. I had this conversation with Teddy, and I said, Coach, he's not missing. He's spinning around backwards where he can't even see the opponent. I don't think he missed a shot against Stipe. When I spoke to Tom said he was watching slow motion. He said, I got all the respect for Stipe, but he was simply too slow, and Jon was too slow. Not one of those spins, not one of those things would have I ever been there, and that is a real reality with youth. Generally, you will give that back for size. Like if Tom Aspinall turns out to be the faster of the two, oh, by the way,
that fight didn't happen. I think it's going to happen International Fight Week, Las Vegas 2025. But what do I know? I'm not basing that on any inside information. Excuse me. I'm not basing that on any inside information. I know what you know. When Joe Rogan said apparently he wants 30 million, good for him. You know, I hope he gets paid that money. You know, I hope he does, and I hope we get to see the fight. And if it isn't 30 million, maybe it's around that. Maybe it's 20 million, 25. Maybe it's more, like you say. You know, I think the demand for this fight will be there. I think it's incredible that in this day and age, we're talking about these kind of fight purses being involved in mixed martial arts. I said this in my video. When I started MMA, I'm talking pre-UFC, when I first started like regional level MMA, everybody said, if you're getting into this sport for money, you're in the wrong sport. And I was like, holy cow, this is the only reason why I'm getting involved in this sport. And of course, you know, I did pretty well. And now we're seeing people, obviously Conor McGregor's done fantastic. Lots of people in the UFC have become millionaires through the sport. And now we're seeing, you know, people like Jon Jones getting what was only regarded or what was only seen possible in like the high level superstar boxers, those kind of paydays. Now Jon Jones is getting that, and other people will be down the line as well. I think it's a great sign of the growth of the sport.
I mean, even before the fight, I said if he won, there's no way Jon doesn't do this fight. Jon Jones isn't afraid to fight anybody. Jon Jones behind the scene is not a guy that turns down fights.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah, I'll say 100%. Yeah.
Do you still have a thing in your mind like, right, like maybe by July or something, if Jon's not committed, we kind of have to look at maybe stripping him and letting Aspinall move on?
100%. Listen, if we don't get the fight done, we move on and we make another fight. But not last night, but the night before. I mean, I was up in my room with my people till like 6 in the morning. We're working on lots of stuff right now. There's lots of But other than that, Jon Jones behind the scene is not a guy that turns down fights.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah, I'll say 100%.
I realize that the spinning kick is a move that can drop an elephant if you do it right. It's a devastating move. In my opinion, the most powerful kick in martial arts. And you know, we've all seen me fight for a while now. I don't really have one punch knockout power. So my mind was, Jon, why not develop a technique that could stop any man? And I came up with the spinning back kick. And I mean, you can be any fighter. And if I catch you just right, you're going down, no matter how well trained you are.
Listen, if we don't get the fight done, we move on and we make another fight. But not last. I'm waiting outside for me right now, and Jon, you let Jon do Jon. Jon's going to disappear. Not only will you not hear about him or what he's doing, neither will I. And then he will resurface, and he'll call, and we'll get it done.
Continue to dominate until he finishes him with the first spinning back kick knockout in UFC title fight history.
to the body. That's it. And still. How good is Johnny Bones? How good? The greatest mixed martial arts fighter of all time.
If that was my last fight ever, then I'm cool with that. That was the way to do it.
Everybody gonna admit now that he's the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
What specifically has he said or done to make him an asshole?
Coming up with Jon Jones t-shirts, buying a little duck, and just the little shit that he does. He's annoying to me. And that's my own personal, he annoys me. I get to you guys, you find it entertaining, but I find him annoying. And I just don't like him. And at the end of the day, if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that fuck you money. Honestly, that's just what it is. Or else, my life is perfect without him. I don't need him at all, and he needs me. And that's a good place to be in a negotiation.
Firstly, are you still confident we get that fight this year?
Yeah, there's no situation. It's the biggest fight that we can make. And, you know, I know the fans like to mess with Jon or whatever. Jon Jones isn't afraid of anybody, and Jon Jones will fight anybody. It's just a matter of getting the fight done now. That's our job.
Hypothetical world, only hypothetical. Could you kill me in less than 5 seconds?
No.
Really?
Not in 5 seconds, no.
10?
No. Well, it depends on what position we started. Like starting face to face, it'd be pretty hard to get you in 10 seconds. Wow. 20 seconds, your ass is grass.
20 seconds. See, I would have counted down to visualize it, but I believe you 100%. Canelo said he could kill me in 10 seconds.
Really?
Joe Rogan is hearing rumors about Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, and he says that the rumor is Jon Jones is asking for $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. Will the UFC meet his demands? $30 million, a lot of money comparatively for UFC fighters to earn, especially ones at the top.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more real-time updates and exclusive interviews. This is UFC News, where we bring you the latest, the greatest, and sometimes the most controversial news from the world of combat sports. Until next time, fight fans, stay tuned and stay hungry for the next big showdown.
I get that finally, after 16 years, we found somebody who's 7 years younger than me and 30 pounds bigger than me. Like, we finally found someone who may give me a great challenge. And everyone wants to see it so bad. But for me, it's like, what is it? What's in it for me? He changes nothing if I beat him. Beating Tom is just like beating Cyril Gain. Has a whole country behind him. He's hot right now. What happens to me after I beat him? Nothing changes for me. So I'm ducking Tom Aspinall. He's annoying to me. He's annoying to me. And that's my own personal, he annoys me. I get to you guys, you find it entertaining, but I find him annoying. And I just don't like him. And at the end of the day, if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that you money, honestly. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Or else, my life is perfect without him. I don't need him at all, and he needs me. And that's a good place to be in a negotiation.
Likely not. I feel like Tom Aspinall is, I don't want to say nobody. He just hasn't proven anything. He hasn't done anything. I'm not here to gamble someone else making a name off of me. I've been gambling for way too long to just take random fights.
I'm not really worried about the Tom fight. I'm really worried about the Pereira fight. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And I think if the UFC wants to have me back, then I think that's the fight they'll make. I've been really clear about my intentions. That's what I want. And I mean, I just feel like anybody would understand at this point. Like, you know, I'll retire the heavyweight belt if I have to. It's like, dude, give the guy what he wants at the end of the day, you know? And I'm not talking to Dana directly. I feel like I'm at a place now where, you know, like I want to take what I find to be super fights. I feel like narratives have been created that just truly aren't there. You can't duck a man that you were never scheduled to fight. It's like saying you got turned down by a girl who you never even hit on. There's a part of it that does, but if I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such a that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying, and obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot, but he's just an asshole. You know, with his you know, he's 30, so he's from this influencer generation where you hop online and the t-shirt sales and all that. I'm past that type of stuff. I'm like, bro, if you had a little bit more respect, then maybe we could have worked something out, you know, but I just don't even want to do business with him. You know, at the end of the day, this is a business, and fighting me gives him an opportunity to change his life forever. And I don't even want to give him the opportunity. Like he just played his cards wrong with me personally. And you know, I'm 3 years from being a 40-year-old grown man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the press conference, going through the whole shebang with him. I'd rather not do. But Hayda on the other side, respectful, cool, barely says much. It's like I'll do business with you. I would risk it all with a human being like you. You actually have the accolades to back up your shit. This other guy is just a big mouth who's hot today. There's been so many guys who's hot today who are just gone. You know, Sergey was in the same position not too long ago. Now he's starting to fall off already. I've just been around this sport too long to give a big mouth who's hot today the opportunity. All right, guys, thank you so much. He changes nothing if I beat him. Beating Tom is just like beating Cyril Gain. Has a whole country behind him. He's hot right now. What happens to me after I beat him? Nothing changes for me. I'm not ducking Tom Aspinall. The Tom narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt, and now suddenly I'm ducking him. I've never had negotiations to even fight him, if this makes sense. Okay, so I feel like the narratives have been created that just truly aren't there. You can't duck a man that you were never scheduled to fight. It's like saying you got turned down by a girl who you never even hit on. You know what I'm saying? It's like me and Dana and Hunter have never sat down and talked about Tom Aspinall. He's never been on my radar. Never. Narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt, and now suddenly I'm ducking him. I've never had negotiations to even fight him, if this makes sense. So the fans are just ignoring it. They're ignoring all logic, and I've finally found someone that they think can compete with me, and everyone wants to see it now. The French fans were just all over my case, and I just beat their guy. And I find myself constantly in the same position. I see quite a few people in here calling me a duck. I'm a duck. Call me a duck. Call me a chicken. Call me a goat. Call me a dog. I'm not in high school anymore, guys. A grown man out here chasing his dreams. It's funny that we really live in a world where being called a duck should affect me. Aspinall to me is no difference than an Owen St. Prude or Dominic Reyes or Anthony Smith. Be like just another up and comer that's exciting right now. And I'm not into gambling my legacy for what's exciting. I want legends on my resume.
But other than that, Jon Jones behind the scenes is not a guy that turns down fights.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah, I'll say 100%.
Today, we're breaking down a hypothetical yet thrilling matchup between two titans of the sport, Jon Bones Jones